Hi, I'm Stephen M. Miller. I write books about the Bible, and on occasion, I write songs. However, it is not normal for me to be pitching a song I've released. This is the only song I've ever released. The song coming up has an odd story, at least it's odd to me. Have you ever felt something inside of you pushing you to do something that you didn't want to do because it didn't make sense and because it would be embarrassing? But it wouldn't let you go until you did it. Or if you missed your window of opportunity to do it, you regretted it for the rest of your time. Regret is what has programmed me over the years to pay attention to these nudges. But this was more than a nudge. The push to write this song and bring it this far, to release it to the public, came like a lightning strike. In a really weird place. I was paraphrasing the Bible book of Habakkuk. That sounds pretty sedate, doesn't sound like any lightning. Who ever heard of Habakkuk? He wrote just 3 chapters. His book is just 3 chapters. And he wants to know why God is letting the wretched political leaders get away with doing what they're doing to the country. God tells the prophet, don't worry about it. The sin would be punished. But then God said the punishment would come in the form of invaders. That terrified the prophet. Habakkuk knew that invaders up north had stolen Israel's crops and herds. They had burned the vineyards when it takes a decade to grow a vineyard. They cut down orchards when it took a generation to grow a productive orchard. This is what God tells Habakkuk is coming. So in paraphrasing that story for the casual English Bible, I get to the point where I have to put the prophet's response to God in today's language. I translated his words this way. When I heard this story of what would happen, I started shaking all over. My lips quivered, my legs gave way. All I could do was lay there and tremble. I'm waiting now for the inevitable day of trouble, for invaders to wake and attack. When fig trees don't blossom, grapes don't grow. When olive crops disappear and fields produce dirt. When sheep are taken, cattle gone from their stalls. What will I do? I will thank God that He is my Savior. He gives me the strength to go on. He gives me the sure-footed speed of the deer, and to higher ground He leads on. I typed those words on the keyboard, and I stopped. I sat there a moment. It was in the middle of the day, my peak time for writing, but I couldn't sit there any longer. I felt a song. There was a song waiting to be born, and it was waiting on me. Strangest feeling. It was just the strangest feeling to get me up out of that chair. I got up out of that chair. I came down here to the media room, and I started singing. And I sang until I sang the verse you're about to hear and the chorus you're about to hear. When I wrote the song, I tried to record it myself. I just couldn't do it justice. I tried and tried, but I couldn't do it justice. I gave it to my daughter. She's a wonderful singer. She has a beautiful voice. I asked her to record it. A few weeks later, I was walking her son home from school. He was a first grader. And I asked how the song was going. He said, "Terrible." I said, "What is it, the lyrics or the tune?" This short little guy walking beside me on the street looks up at me and says, "Both. It's all terrible. You have to start over." Well, I didn't. I found a New York City studio in Hell's Kitchen. They produced the song. I heard it for the first time on the night before Thanksgiving. My lyrics, my tune, but beautiful voices. It's your turn to hear it now. If you find it worthy of being heard, I hope you'll help me pass it along. I've never done this before, and clearly I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm doing the best I can. Hey, thanks for listening. Peace to you.